It's all covered in today's China Truths.
No, my friends. Have you found a job yet? I just realized something terrifying. I've been lying in my tiny rented room, numb and lifeless, for more than 20 days. I thought not having a certificate was the reason I couldn't find work, but now that I have one, I still can't find a job. What should I do? I really don't know anymore.
我为什么会佩服一个月只赚4000块钱的老公？
My husband studied in Canada, but now he's in Guangzhou earning just 4,000 yuan a month. No full-time job, just part-time gigs. Tell me, what future is left for teachers? I've been setting up a small street stall for 20 days already, and lost more than 4,000 yuan. Every day, people dig through the trash bins near my door, and there are more and more young faces among them. One group leaves, another comes. Even a man my age, once decently dressed, now scavenges for a living. China has been divided into just 2 or 3 classes now. I still can't find a stable job. I either lose it soon or lose myself in the process. Every day is the same. Sleep in the morning, interviews in the afternoon, insomnia at night. Living away from home, crushed by money and loneliness, I realize this is no longer the era when college guaranteed a future. Graduates now search endlessly, but every job is already taken. There's nothing left. And what's happening to jobs in government institutions? In our county, quarterly bonuses have stopped for months. Only the base salary remains. Even civil servants can't survive. Some offices don't even have money to pay wages this month. I work for a central state-owned enterprise. No salary for 2 months. In this kind of climate, I can only tell my sisters, stop spending. Stop buying things. Save your money. Today alone, 6 business owners called me. Every one of them said they're quitting, switching to a zero inventory model because business is dead. They said they've never seen anything this bad. Some asked how my own business is doing. I told them the truth. This year is the worst I've ever seen. Not just you. The whole industry has collapsed. You want to know how bad things are? Let me tell you a joke. A few years ago, I went on a blind date with a gold digger. She looked down on me. My car wasn't fancy, my income too low. Now she's come back, saying I'm the right one. Why? Because she can't make money anymore? Because she can't find another fool to use? But just because I'm broke doesn't mean I'm stupid. After working hard for a whole year, what did we get? The mutton market collapsed. Imported lamb from Russia sells for $12 a kilo. Domestic meat has never been this cheap. This morning, my shop made 0 sales. Not one single customer walked in. Even during the National Day holiday, the streets are empty. Business is dead. China's economy is crumbling at an alarming speed. Every industry is sinking into depression. On social media, countless jobless youths cry out about their misery. Businesses are collapsing one after another, leaving millions stranded. Some survive by scavenging trash. These desperate voices from the bottom reveal a harsh truth. China's economic collapse is accelerating. Under the triple pressure of economic decline, political control, and the loss of social trust, life in mainland China is falling apart. Censorship is suffocating, public services are deteriorating, and people's anger is building like a volcano ready to erupt. The CCP regime stands on the brink of collapse. If you're poor, don't have children recklessly, because what you give birth to won't be a child. It'll be a beast of burden, a soul condemned to labor at the bottom, suffering endlessly just like you. Society is already locked into classes. Upward mobility is nearly dead. Without family background or powerful connections, even a street-sweeping job might soon be out of reach. Can you really bear to let your child repeat your pain? Don't fool yourself. They won't be your safety net. They can't even feed themselves. And yet, in this country, you can't even speak freely. Say what you really think, and you're condemned. Why must we always obey, always sacrifice, always thank those who crush us? Sometimes, Doing less harm means more than a lifetime of loyalty. We haven't stolen, we haven't exploited anyone. We just want a peaceful life. Not wealth, not power, just dignity. Is that too much to ask? A netizen from China shared something chilling. He drove 2 hours listening to state news, and for 2 hours, they kept boasting about record grain harvests. But look around. Every major industry is losing money. Oil, banking, highways, railways, aviation, even hospitals. The only ones breaking records are farmers. On paper. In reality, the fields in Shandong and Henan are flooded. Peanuts rot in the mud, impossible to dry. Imagine losing your job, renting land to farm, only to watch your first harvest decay before your eyes. Wouldn't that drive you insane? I only live once. Why can't I live my way? If I want to lie flat, that's my choice. On the bed, the sofa, or anywhere I please. If I want to quit, I'll quit. If I don't want to marry or have children, what business is it of yours? You've never cared whether I lived or died. So stop telling me how to live. Today, someone messaged me, "Delete your video." And I ask, who are you to tell me what to say? I only spoke a few honest words for ordinary people. Is that a crime now? You say I'm standing on the opposite side. Fine, I am. I'm just an ordinary citizen, but I'm not afraid. If you agree with me, comment support below. Let them see we're not alone. There was a man named Langzai Xiaoniu. He lived in an abandoned house with his cats. He raised chickens, grew vegetables, cooked with scrap wood. He hurt no one, broke no law, just tried to live quietly. But he was banned for lying flat. He found happiness in small things: a chair from demolition, a few green peppers, a stray basketball. He lived simply, just enough to survive. And yet, even that kind of life isn't allowed anymore. Not because he did wrong, but because he refused to live the way they want. Because in this society, if you stop running, they call you lazy. If you speak truth, they call you dangerous. Look, just look. Every family's warehouse is piled up like a mountain. This morning, the moment I stepped outside, the police stopped me. They didn't even check my passport. They just shoved me into their car, dragged me to the embassy, and took every last bit of my money. The cold wind howls, my sweat has run dry, and my tears fall toward the sky. Tell me, what should I do now? If that's how it is, then why not just close the country again, like the Qing dynasty did? Recently, a South Korean tour group came to Guangzhou. Their guide held a small South Korean flag. Suddenly, a brave man jumped out, blocked them, and ripped the flag from his hands. The guide quietly put the flag away and led the tourists off without a word. They didn't argue, they didn't fight, they just stared silently. Who knows what they'll say when they go home? Brother, you're so brave. Why stop there? If waving a foreign flag makes you so angry, then go to the South Korean embassy and pull down their flag. It's bigger, brighter, and guarded. But you won't. You only dare to bully those who can't fight back. Smash a Toyota Camry? Sure. But a Land Cruiser or a Prado? Never. The safer the target, the braver you become. Where are the patriotic warriors now? The ones who shouted on trains and smashed foreign goods in the name of love for the motherland. Is this what patriotism has become? The truth is simple. The more open and tolerant a society is, the better life gets for everyone. The more closed and paranoid it becomes, the harder it gets for us all to survive.
It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Thousands of jobless workers now swarm factory gates, hoping for even a few days of work. Skilled tailors and machinists who once fueled China's export boom now wander the streets, begging for a chance to earn a living. Bridges and sidewalks have turned into makeshift shelters for the unemployed. Hard to believe? This is Guangdong in 2025. The engines of China's once glorious manufacturing hub have gone silent. Shoe, clothing, and electronics factories that used to roar with life now sell off equipment for scrap. The night markets and snack stalls that once buzzed with workers' laughter now stand deserted. Former bosses who once managed hundreds of employees are now delivering takeout to survive. Crowded job fairs show a cruel truth. Too many seekers, too few jobs. Families are collapsing under the pressure, parents jobless, kids out of school, landlords pounding on doors for unpaid rent. In this video, I'll take you deep into the reality of Guangdong's downfall. This year, I made a painful decision to leave Guangzhou for good. My honest advice: don't come here. Don't dream of making it in this city. I've spent 6 years here, and the last 2 have been pure misery. Life in Guangzhou is no longer about chasing success, it's about survival. At least in my hometown, life is cheaper and calmer. If you still want to move, go somewhere else. Even Shenzhen is better. As for me, I'm done. There's nothing left here but suffocating heat, filthy alleys, rats and cockroaches, and rent traps disguised as urban villages. Monthly wages hover around 3,000 to 4,000 RMB, maybe 5,000 if you're lucky, but never enough to live decently. And Dongguan? It's worse than anyone imagines. Just walk through the city. You'll see for rent signs covering every street. Once vibrant areas like Gaobu, Zhenxing Road, and Gaofeng Avenue are ghost towns now. Shops stand empty, companies disappear one after another, and even delivery work, once a lifeline, has become overcrowded. Too many riders, not enough orders. A normal wage can't feed a family anymore. Everyone works, men, women, even the elderly. But life only gets harder. One person now does the work of 3 for a single paycheck. The pressure is unbearable, yet no one dares quit. They've become machines, grinding day and night just to survive. Business owners aren't doing any better. Whether small workshops or big firms, everyone is gasping for air. Factory rent, worker salaries, electricity, all must be paid while customer orders vanish. Work means losing money. Stopping means bankruptcy. Most just cling on, praying they can make it through one more month. The unemployment wave sweeping through Guangdong in 2025 is terrifying. The air itself feels heavy with despair. Layoffs are everywhere. Workers are pushed beyond human limits. A friend told me his entire department was shut down overnight. Everyone fired without warning. He found another job in June, but it was hell. Unpaid overtime, midnight shifts, and no weekends. His boss even hinted that asking for overtime pay was unprofessional. Just last week, his new company cut staff again. This is Guangdong today, where finding a job that pays on time has become a dream, and survival itself feels like a luxury. China's once thriving Yangtze River Delta, the beating heart of private enterprise, is now sinking into silence. Factories that once roared with life are shutting down in waves. Workshops stand empty, debts skyrocket, and half-built real estate projects rot in the sun. Across Douyin and WeChat, videos of liquidation sales, dismantled machinery, and abandoned offices are spreading like wildfire. Mountains of unsold goods fill warehouses, shop signs are ripped down, and once bustling streets have turned into ghost towns. Businesses are collapsing one after another, like dominoes in freefall. One tearful shop owner went viral after confessing he had lost over 500,000 RMB in just 6 months. "Tonight, we'll eat our last meal together," he said. "Then I'll take down the sign, and my workers will go home. I borrowed more than 1 million RMB, and now I can't even pay rent." His story is far from unique. The crisis is devouring every sector: restaurants, factories, e-commerce, construction. Salaries are being cut. Layoffs spreading like a plague. The unemployed fill the streets, and even once successful professionals now scrape by with delivery gigs and odd jobs just to survive. China's once mighty construction empire has crumbled. Housing prices have fallen by nearly half, land sales have frozen solid, and the entire supply chain, from cement to interior design, has collapsed under the weight of despair. Thousands of companies have gone bankrupt, leaving behind half-finished towers and unpaid workers. A businessman surnamed Wang, 20 years in the construction trade, broke down in tears online. "I owe 12 million RMB. I almost ended my life by jumping into the river, but my daughter's call stopped me." Even former tycoons aren't spared. Lu Guobing, the ex-billionaire behind Suzhou Donglan Decoration Engineering, appeared online sobbing, "10 years ago, my company made tens of millions a year. Now I owe 20 million. I wear a 130,000 RMB watch, drive a 500,000 RMB car, and yet I'm fleeing alone. His words struck a national nerve. Thousands commented they too can't find a single project this year. Hope is fading fast. In Kunshan, a production director named Jelly told reporters the truth everyone fears. Private firms are collapsing faster than ever before. From tech startups to street food stalls, no one is safe this winter. Across China's business circles, pessimism has become the new normal. On social media, despair echoes through every comment section. "Let's just lie flat. We're the last generation," one post reads. The dream of prosperity that once defined a nation is gone, replaced by exhaustion and quiet resignation. Experts warn this isn't just a temporary slump, it's a structural breakdown. After 40 years of breakneck growth, China's economic engine has stalled, leaving behind a trail of broken businesses and broken dreams. Meanwhile, China's youth are facing a future their parents never imagined. University graduates, once hailed as the golden generation, now send out hundreds of resumes with no reply. Youth unemployment has hit historic highs, so alarming that the government stopped publishing the numbers altogether. Major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, once glittering with opportunity, have turned into graveyards of failed ambition. Fresh graduates now compete not only with each other, but with laid-off veterans willing to work for half the pay. Gone is the era when a college degree guaranteed success. In the countryside, parents still cling to the old belief: study hard, and you'll get a good job. They don't see how brutal the job market has become. To become a teacher or doctor now requires endless exams, interviews, and even luck. And sometimes, the job is already reserved before it begins. Many rural families spend their life savings sending a child to university, believing it's a ticket to security. But in today's China, that dream has shattered. The truth is harsh. Education no longer promises escape, and the future no longer promises hope. Look around. The streets are overflowing with food delivery riders and couriers, and they're getting younger every year. Many of them once sat in lecture halls, clutching their dreams and their parents' sacrifices. Now they race through traffic just to make ends meet. The world they were promised no longer exists. With jobs disappearing, countless graduates are giving up on their degrees and enrolling in vocational schools, hoping practical skills might open a door somewhere. Ironically, industries like railways and manufacturing now hire directly from those schools, while college graduates are left out. This is China's cruel paradox: too many white-collar dreamers, not enough real workers. It's not just a talent mismatch, it's a symptom of an economy quietly rotting from within. When China's economy was booming, entire industries of refined living, arts, fashion, music, flourished. Piano lessons, art classes, and private tutors became symbols of middle-class pride. But when the downturn hit, those dreams shattered overnight. The middle class stopped spending, and the so-called elite skills became useless burdens. Music schools shut down, art teachers were laid off, and factories that once made instruments for the wealthy are drowning in unsold stock. The market now only values what can survive, not what's beautiful. For most college graduates, working with their hands was never an option. The dream was to join internet giants, foreign firms, real estate developers, the engines of success and social status. But those doors are now slammed shut. The government's sweeping crackdowns on tech, education, finance, and real estate, all in the name of reform, have gutted the private sector that once sustained millions of white-collar jobs. What was meant to strengthen the nation has instead strangled its economy. Private firms, responsible for 90% of employment, are collapsing under the weight of rising taxes, social insurance fees, and endless red tape. Labor costs have soared by nearly 30%, forcing thousands of small businesses to close their doors. The last remnants of good jobs are vanishing, one layoff at a time. Online, nostalgia fills the void. A decade ago, young people worked overtime with hope, believing effort meant progress. Today, that faith has evaporated. No one talks about promotions or startups anymore. The dream has shrunk to something painfully small: A stable job, a steady paycheck. A life without fear of being fired. Ambition itself has withered. Instead of chasing dreams, China's youth are racing to take civil service exams, desperate for a government job before they turn 35. Stability has replaced success. Starting a business, once seen as bold, is now viewed as suicide. The weight of uncertainty is crushing an entire generation. Depression, burnout, and anxiety are spreading faster than ever. The belief that education and hard work could change one's fate, once the fire that fueled China's rise, is fading into silence.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.